I wanted to make this video because I think it's very important. I want to talk about the Tesla revote that is happening. So in this video, we will cover the background, what shareholders can actually vote on, why this is important, and how to actually vote. And I'll include timestamps in the description below, so jump around if you need to. So with everything going on right now, the main headline that is drawing people's attention is Elon Musk's compensation plan. And in order to understand what is actually going on with the entirety of this vote and the compensation plan section, we must first rewind back into the past. In 2018, shareholders voted for the compensation plan for Elon Musk. This plan was a $56 billion pay package. However, this was a performance-based equity plan. And that's really important, but we'll come back to all of this later on in the video. So back then, 73% of shareholders voted in favor of this compensation plan, meaning the majority of shareholders voted for this and were happy with this decision. So I've just said that it was performance related, and there were different criteria that needed to be met. One performance related criteria was that Tesla's market cap increased in increments of $50 billion. But there were also other financial targets that needed to be met, such as revenue specific targets. But just to give you full context, let's now just take a look at the official announcement from Tesla that came back in 2018. So January the 23rd, 2018, Tesla announces new long-term performance award for Elon Musk. Compensation is tied to market capitalization and operational milestones that are based on Tesla becoming one of the most valuable companies in the world. I'm not going to read this whole thing. I'm just going to read some things that I think are particularly important, and I will leave everything that's covered in this video and everything that I used to make this video in the description below. Tesla today announced a new 10-year CEO Performance Award for Elon Musk, with vesting entirety contingent on achieving market cap and operational milestones that would make Tesla one of the most valuable companies in the world. In order to fully vest, this just means to earn, Tesla's market cap would have to grow to $650 billion, an increase of almost $600 billion. Back when this was written. And important revenue and profitability goals would also have to be achieved. The award is modeled after Elon's 2012 Performance Award, which helped bring about a more than 17-fold increase in Tesla's market cap in the 5 years after it was put in place. Elon will receive no guaranteed compensation of any kind. This is really, really important because I think a lot of people miss this, especially people that are really anti Elon getting any sort of money. So will receive no guaranteed compensation of any kind, no salary, no cash bonuses, and no equity that vests simply by the passage of time. Meaning he has to have met these criteria in order to get the pay package. But I say pay package and I hesitate there because you'll figure this out as we go along in this video. It wasn't as simple as just giving him a salary. Instead, Elon's only compensation will be 100% at-risk performance award, which ensures he will be compensated only if Tesla and all of its shareholders do extraordinarily well. Because all Tesla employees are provided equity, this also means that Elon's compensation is tied to the success of everyone at Tesla. So one criteria that they've just mentioned is Tesla's market cap to grow to $650 billion. Currently, Tesla's market cap at time of making this video sits around $585 billion. However, between 2018 and now, there has been many times in the past where the market cap has gone way above $650 billion. So it's safe to say that that particular criteria was definitely achieved, along with all the other ones as well. The Performance Award consists of a 10-year grant of stock options. So not a simple pay, this is in stock options that vests in 12 tranches, whatever. Each of the 12 tranches vests only if a pair of milestones are both met. So market cap milestone, to meet the first market cap milestone, Tesla's current value cap must increase to 100 billion, achieved. Obviously, in hindsight, we know this now. For each of the remaining 11 milestones, Tesla's market cap must continue to increase at an additional $50 billion increments. Thus, for Elon to be fully vested in the award, meaning to fully earn the award, Tesla's market cap must increase to $650 billion. Then there's operational milestones, which you can see here. For each of the 12 tranches that is achieved, Elon will vest in stock options that correspond to 1% of Tesla's current total outstanding shares. If none of the 12 are achieved, he will not receive any compensation. So basically, his compensation plan was a special type of pay whereby he earns stock options in Tesla over a 10-year period, but only if certain things were met. And the plan was split into 12 different segments. And for each one of those segments, there were different specific goals that he needed to reach in order to then get part of his compensation. But there you go. They were the terms. And obviously I've left links in the description below, so please read it in its full context to fully understand everything that's happened. But basically, he wouldn't get paid unless he met certain things. That was the deal. He got no normal salary, no bonuses, nothing like that. It was really, really simple. And he did those things. The plan that was laid out and agreed upon by 73% of shareholders, it was all decided, it was all set in stone. He then achieved those things. But did he get anything? Did he get his compensation plan? No. Yet look at what he has returned to shareholders since 2018. He has allowed many people to retire early. He has allowed many people to become financially free, allowing people to literally change their entire lives because they decided to invest into Tesla. And this is both for employees and retail investors. And since 2018, Tesla has achieved so much. So much. And I'm not going to include everything that they've achieved since then in this video because it will go on for a very long time. But we know that they have the best selling vehicle. And this isn't just the best selling EV. This is the best selling vehicle, period. We know how close they are getting to solving autonomous driving, FSD. We know that since 2018, they've launched many vehicles, including the revolutionary Cybertruck. And he has managed to take Tesla stock to newfound levels, new heights. And remember, Tesla has split its stock in the past as well since 2018. So this is from the letter to shareholders, which again, I will leave linked in the description. I recommend everybody that is invested into Tesla reads this. But look, you can see here, because the Delaware court second-guessed your decision, Elon has not been paid for any of his work for Tesla for the past 6 years. That has helped to generate significant growth and stockholder value. That strikes us, and the majority of stockholders from whom we already have heard as fundamentally unfair and inconsistent with the will of the stockholders who voted for it. The reason that Elon hasn't received any of this since 2018 is because Elon's pay package was actually invalidated after a shareholder called Richard Tornetta won a law case against Tesla, and apparently he only owned 9 Tesla shares at the time. And a Delaware judge basically ruled in favor of this shareholder instead of in favor of Elon Musk. The reason that this ruling happened is because the judge decided that the compensation plan was considered and approved by a board of directors that was not significantly independent nor objective. She said that the process was simply flawed and that Elon was on the board along with his brother Kimball, so it just wasn't fair. But remember, this already went to a shareholder vote to see if we thought it was fair, and actually 73% of shareholders voted for it. However, this decision was then overturned. Now, the crazy thing is back in 2018, many people were saying that the milestones set out in the compensation plan were simply unachievable. They were these crazy milestones that were going to be impossible to reach. But look at what happened since then. Elon's achieved them. The stock is up by however much since then. Revenue has whatever X'd since then. Like, so much has happened since the package was first announced. So we can't underestimate how much hard work Elon and, the rest of Tesla have put in to make this possible since then. Like, we all know that Elon was sleeping on factory floors and putting all of his time into Tesla to make today possible. So this happened back in January, and after this decision, Elon posted on X saying, "Never incorporate your company in the state of Delaware." Now, I believe Delaware is the second smallest state in the whole of the US, yet it is the corporate home of more than 60% of the Fortune 500 companies, so those biggest companies in America. And this is one of the other things that shareholders actually need to vote on, whether or not to move Tesla out of Delaware and into Texas. But we will touch on that in just a minute. But anyway, we're talking a lot about money. We're talking a lot about stock options. However, I think, and I can't speak on behalf of Elon, but I really think that he doesn't care as much about the money as he cares about the voting rights, about the voting power that comes along with this. And this is what he had to say. "I should note that the Tesla board is great. The reason for no new compensation plan is that we are still waiting for a decision in the Delaware compensation case. The trial for that was held in 2022, but yet a verdict has not been made. I put compensation plan in quotes because, from my standpoint, This is primarily about ensuring the right amount of voting influence at Tesla. If I have 25%, it means that I am influential, but I can be overridden if twice as many shareholders vote against me versus for me. At 15% or lower, the for or against ratio to override me makes a takeover by dubious interests too easy. I would be fine with a dual case voting structure to achieve this, but I'm told it is impossible to achieve post-IPO in Delaware. So basically what he is saying there is that he wants enough voting power so that he can be listened to, so that he has a say, but not too much that he can't be overturned should enough people vote against his decisions. And why is this so important now compared to any time in the past? Well, it's because of the rise of artificial intelligence. He, along with many shareholders, along with many people, are worried about what the course of artificial intelligence will look like if the right people are not leading this and if it simply gets into the wrong hands. This stuff is really powerful, and we must not just overlook this. So what is it that shareholders are actually now re-voting on? Well, one thing is Elon's compensation plan, but there is actually a number of things other than that as well. Now, please feel free to pause this, read all of this, and again, I will leave links in the description, but there are a number of different proposals. Number one is the re-election of James Murdoch and Kimball Musk as Class 2 directors. Proposal 2 is to vote on the overall pay and benefits given to Tesla's top executives. Number 3 is reincorporating Tesla into Texas, moving it out of Delaware. Number 4 is Elon's compensation plan that we've just spoken about. Number 5 is the ratification of accounting firm PwC, but there are 12 proposals in total. Now, all of these are important, of course. I don't have time to go through every single one in this video, but let's just break down some of the most crucial ones now. Okay, so this is on votetesla.com. So we can see at this year's annual general meeting of stockholders, we will be asking you to help support the continuation of Tesla's extraordinary growth by approving 2 important proposals recommended by the Tesla board, with Elon and Kimball abstaining, meaning they're not involved in that. Proposal 4, which is all about Elon's compensation plan. Now I'm going to zoom into each one of these because I don't have my glasses on. But number 1, in 2018, Elon's board of directors asked stockholders to approve a CEO Performance Award that incentivized Elon to meet staggering financial and operational objectives over a 10-year period. Stockholders did by wide margin. I've spoken about that already in this video. In just 5 years, Elon delivered by hitting every single jaw-dropping key milestone. These were milestones that people didn't think were possible, and he did it in 5 years. Like, he did what he said he was going to do. This is why it's crazy. But anyway, key milestone in the plan to deliver a total shareholder return of nearly 1,100%. Like I said, people reached financial freedom. If you are one of those, if you're watching this video, and I know that there's a few on X I follow personally myself, if you were able to retire early due to investing in Tesla stock, let me know in the comments below. 6 years later, a Delaware court stepped in to side with. This is also what I've spoken about. I've just mentioned what happened there. But anyway, even though millions of shareholders voted for it, unlike most CEOs, Elon was entitled to receive no salary, no cash bonuses, no equity that would vest simply by the passage of time. Instead, he was asked to deliver the type of exponential value creation most thought was impossible, or get nothing. So he was okay with that because he knew he was going to do it. Elon was also required to hold any shares awarded through stock options for 5 years after the option was exercised, meaning that he was not only incentivized to achieve remarkable results at the time to earn his compensation, but also to continue to drive growth for 5 more years. As stockholders feels weird to say, as shareholders recognized by voting in favor in 2018, the ultra-ambitious plan was simple. If shareholders and the company benefit, so does Elon. Shareholders have benefited, the company has benefited, Elon has not benefited. Okay, proposal 3, bring Tesla home to Texas. We believe in the rights of our shareholders. We believe their votes matter. In Delaware, your vote was not respected and again may not be in the future. So they are saying let's reincorporate into Texas, move Tesla away from Delaware in case anything like this ever happens again. The Texas legal regime is strong and fair and more appropriate to our mission. Our global headquarters, largest manufacturing facility and future are in Texas. We have thousands of employees in Travis County, Texas. We respect Texas. Texas respects us. Texas corporate law is developed and we have received a tidal wave of communications from shareholders asking Tesla to move away from Delaware. Now let's move on to why this is so important. In my opinion, this revote is more important than the quarterly delivery numbers, the quarterly earnings, all the media saga that's happening with Tesla right now that always seems to be happening with Tesla. This has the potential, in my opinion, and probably your opinion if you're invested into Tesla as well, to change Tesla's future, to reshape Tesla's future. And actually, it's really, really, really important to place your vote. And I'll explain how in just a bit. There are 2 posts on X I'm going to share with you now that I think perfectly explain just why this is so important. So the first post is from Sawyer, and he explains exactly what happened. Very, very good post. But this is a bit I want to focus on here. Failure to pass Elon's 2018 compensation package again could weaken Tesla's position in appealing the judge's ruling. This would also make it more challenging to create a similarly structured new compensation plan to compensate for the lost package. Eric, who is a professor of Columbia Law School, said that if the upcoming vote passes, it could make it easier for Elon/Tesla to win on appeal in the Delaware Supreme Court. Then he goes on to say that lawyers in the compensation case will walk away with around $50 billion in Tesla stock if Elon/Tesla lose their appeal. Do you think they deserve that money over Elon? He then goes on to say, in my opinion, Tesla shareholders are shooting themselves in the foot if they don't vote for this, because if the vote doesn't pass, it significantly increases the risk that Elon might step down as Tesla CEO or create technologies elsewhere. Now, we don't know if this is going to happen. We don't know his intentions. But obviously, if you are working somewhere that you don't feel is rewarding you financially for your hard work, maybe you will look to turn elsewhere. This could very likely negatively damage, actually I should say on that, more importantly than being rewarded, which is important for anyone, is that if he doesn't have the voting power to be influential, not to overturn everyone, but to be influential, is he going to feel that AI is too much of a potential risk to be doing that stuff, them technologies under Tesla, potentially? This could very negatively impact Tesla stock. Make no mistakes, Elon is extremely valuable to Tesla and its shareholders despite all the drama. I agree completely with that. I know a lot of people have concerns about Tesla stock performance or Elon's behavior in the last couple of years, and that's valid. But it's essential to recognize that Tesla's leadership, Elon's leadership, has been instrumental in Tesla's success and innovation and will continue to be. There's not many other people, CEOs, that will push the limits like he will. Projects like FSD, Optimus, Cybertruck, etc. would not have existed without him. How did Apple do after Steve Jobs left in 1985? And this is really important as well. This shareholder vote isn't about enriching Elon. This is not a cash compensation package, what I was saying earlier. It's a stock option package. It's about acknowledging his contributions and ensuring his continued dedication to Tesla's future success. Failure to reinstate this package could have far-reaching consequences. Elon doesn't want more Tesla stock to be able to buy houses, yachts, or anything. He doesn't buy that stuff. He literally doesn't. So if he was going to be materialistic and want money to buy things like this, which would be okay, I think, like he can do that if he wants to, he would have already done it. He's not interested in that. He wants his stock to increase his overall Tesla ownership to ensure that outsiders can't negatively influence the company and dictate its future. After all, they weren't the ones sleeping on the factory floor to ensure Tesla became successful. And what do they know about AI, self-driving, etc. compared to Elon? Okay, so then I saw this post, and I think this is a great post. It deserved way more views. By the limiting factor on X. So why does Elon need 25% control of Tesla? Number one, because as a CEO, the harder you're pushing the limits, the more control you need because people will fight you. Absolutely. On that note, Elon was ousted from PayPal, so this isn't some abstract paranoia or fear. Elon isn't just some CEO disrupting one thing at a time. He's going after the largest power centers in the world: energy, media, transport, aerospace, etc. That's made Elon a target, and there are people, organizations, and governments trying to strip away his influence. Okay, number 4, to motivate him. This is very simple. Tesla demands more of Elon's attention than any of his other companies. People think that he's spending all of his time on X, and they get really annoyed at that. I believe not that long ago, it was confirmed, I think he said in an interview, I can't remember, that he spends the majority of his time at Tesla. Was that in the earnings call? I can't remember. But anyway, he spends most of his time at Tesla, and that should be reflected. Given that he's sitting on several potential multi-trillion-dollar companies, that means his attention is worth a lot. And number 5, because Elon is one of the best capital allocators in the world, he's doing more for society than anybody else. So it's not like he's just hoovering up money and screwing people over. There's nobody in the world better for that money to be directed to. Now, obviously, everyone will have their own opinions. Some people will think that he doesn't deserve the money. Other people will think that he's already too rich and he shouldn't get more, even though, it's not about that for him, in my opinion. It's about the voting that comes with it. But either way, whatever your opinion is, I don't understand how it's fair to make a decision, to make an agreement that the majority ruled for, that then he hit the criteria for. He delivered everything and more. He made many people rich. He made Tesla a massive, massive, massive company, and he didn't get what was agreed. That's the bit that I'm really struggling with. Opinions aside, it was a made deal. Why is that deal not being recognized? Now, if you haven't guessed already, just in the face of full transparency, I will be voting yes to Elon's compensation plan. And the reason for this is because I believe that it is in shareholders' best interest. I think, yes, there are some things that Elon says or does that people get a little bit annoyed by, that rub people up in the wrong way. But, by and large, I think he is one of the most important CEOs right now, if not the most important CEOs. And he is the person to lead Tesla to the next growth phase. I don't know if anyone else is positioned to do that. If anyone else will push the limits like he does, if anyone else cares enough about the technology at heart rather than everything else. And like he's already said in the earnings call, FSD probably has enough momentum now for Tesla to actually achieve autonomous driving, to solve FSD with or without him. But it's about the long-term future. It's about the long-term vision. Is he the right person, in your opinion, to be able to continue at Tesla, to take them through Optimus, through energy expansion, through robo-taxi and everything else that may happen in Tesla's future? And that is then coupled with shareholder returns. Like, just be selfish for a minute. Do you want Tesla stock to do extremely well in the future? Yes, I think it's an obvious decision. But I don't want to try and influence anyone here. I just want you to know what's going on. And now let's move on to how to vote. Now, depending on where you are in the world and what brokerage you actually use, how you vote, if you can vote, when you vote, all of that stuff does get a little bit, it's a little bit different depending. So if you are in the UK or in Europe and you use Trading 212 as your platform, which is what I use, and I know a lot of my audience do as well, you should have now received an email to vote. The email subject I got was "Vote on the future of Tesla," as you can see on the screen now. So if you haven't received that email, go and search for this in your inbox and in your junk as well. If you are in the US, which again, a lot of my audience is, this page is really, really helpful. Depending on which brokerage you use, there are some different things that may happen. So for example, if you're on Fidelity, to cast your vote online, you'll need to search for a specific email in your inbox, blah, 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 and you can see exactly what to search for there. If you're on Robinhood, again, you need to search for this in your inbox. Interactive Brokers, here it is. I won't read all through this, so just have a look in your own time, but many brokers outside of the US don't allow retail shareholders to vote. Check with your broker if proxy voting is allowed. So if you haven't received anything and you don't fit into Trading 212 or any on this list that I'm showing you now, just reach out to the platform that you use and ask if and how you go about voting. With all that said, if you want to leave any more information or your opinion, please do in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in another video very soon.